So, I hope you'll agree. COVID-19 has had some challenges, but yet it's also had some opportunities. And the way we look at work has changed tremendously with this global pandemic. So in this video today, we're going to talk about how COVID-19 has reshaped what being an entrepreneur looks like and how you can capitalize on it. If this is content you're enjoying and something that you may be interested in, learning how to get a leg up on your competition and being the best entrepreneur you can be, then please do like this video at a minimum. Hit the notification bell to find out when I'm putting a new video out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and subscribe to my channel so you can get more juicy bits. I'll be right back with you.
The Real Teddy Talk. The Real Teddy Talk.
Hey YouTube, it's your girl, The Real Teddy Talks, educating you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on entrepreneurship, your hustle and your grind, and building generational wealth. Today, we're going to talk about 7 ways that the global pandemic we call COVID-19 has reshaped what being an entrepreneur looks like and how it's affected the economy. And if you haven't quite taken your entrepreneurial leap, or you are in it and you want to change, or you're just looking for some new and inventive ways to capitalize on this pandemic, this may be the video for you. So let's get right into it. The first way that this pandemic has reshaped entrepreneurial work is its dependence on technology. A lot of people have, well, what I didn't know was that a lot of people don't have laptops and desktops, right? Because I'm always on that entrepreneurial journey, so I've always had a laptop. I like to take a laptop with me when I go places, on trips, whatever. I always need a laptop. I like typing on it, using it. So I've never been without a computer. I'm not that kind of person. I do have an iPad, but I'm not on it like it's a laptop. It's not. It's an iPad, and it's different, right? Even with the keyboard. But what we found during this time of teleworking is a lot of people don't have a computer. They use their computer at work and they don't feel like they need one at home because they have their tablet or they have their phone. So that's changed, right? So there's been a higher dependence on IT, your IT systems, your Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi routing, technical support for your company that may not even had technical support as a thing, right? They might have had some company they are contracted with who they call and they'd come out to the office and fix things. Now these people are on call, maybe not 24/7, but throughout the workday to help all of these remote workers get through their IT issues. So if you're in the IT field, I'm sure that's opened up some new avenues for you, and it will continue because I'm convinced that although the vaccine's getting out and people are slowly probably returning back to work, I'm sure a lot of people can't wait to get their people back in their office to spread COVID more. A lot of offices that close will remain closed because the remote working is working. The remote working from home is working because companies have been doing it. I was working from home for Home Shopping Network 10 years ago at this point, when like in the evenings when I was in school full time. So it's been happening just fine, and the world will go on without people being in brick and mortar buildings. I know everyone can't pull it off, but a lot can. So the reliance on technical abilities, IT, internet access to laptops and desktops and things like that has definitely changed. The second way the pandemic has kind of changed entrepreneurial work is there's been a relook at educational backgrounds. I mean, I know that a degree, right, a college degree is a minimum criteria for a lot of jobs. But what I think with this pandemic has happened is people with unique backgrounds and unique experiences are actually being given an opportunity to shine during this time. And I'll say that because when offices were closing, people are graduating college, people are graduating high school, people are making this job transition during this COVID time, you're not asking the same questions when hiring that person that you were asking before the pandemic, right? So this has given people a chance to shine. People have been experiencing a lot of depression during this pandemic. So there are people who have needed like emotional counselors. So maybe not an actual psychologist, psychiatrist, but just someone to be that emotional social support through this lonely time. So you've had therapists and behavioral people or people without official accreditation or licenses that are being called on to assist people through these rough times. So if you have a unique skill set that works well for people who are kind of shunned and shut in or isolated, this might be your time to shine, right? The third way that the global pandemic has changed what we traditionally call entrepreneurship is people are entering their entrepreneurial ventures sooner, and they're really being forced into it, right? I think that a lot of time people have been spending at home and maybe not under the watchful eye of your boss, your manager, your employer, has those of you with that entrepreneurial drive have taken that leap. And you're saying, I'm gonna do this. I'm already at home. I'm already typing on my computer, making it happen. So I'm just gonna do it. Some of you are doing it while you're working your 9 to 5. Others have let the 9 to 5 go. Or maybe your job had to let you go because of the pandemic. Maybe you worked at a restaurant, or you worked in hospitality, or you worked for an airline. Whatever the case may be, you've been forced to start your career earlier, and I hope it's been a great experience. And if it hasn't, there are ways to improve and recover, and you need to do that. Keep watching my channel, and I'll make sure that you find out those ways. The fourth way the global pandemic has changed entrepreneurship is it's taking a re-look at employers. I never really considered myself a huge employer because I didn't have employees. I've always been an entrepreneur. It's been me and my husband working together to build our companies. But as of several months ago, I hired some virtual assistants. So now I consider myself an employer, and keeping up with the tasking of being an employer is a job in itself. And it really made me value this experience and value them, my virtual assistants, and what goes into helping them succeed. You know, I don't want them to be on autopilot. I want them to be part of my team and help build my business. So I've got to consider myself as an employer, and it's put the pressure on me to make sure that I'm being good for them and I'm being good for my company and good for myself. If you don't have any VAs, I highly encourage you to get some. I'm gonna do a video on that in the near future. I can't promise when, but highly recommend virtual assistants. They have been a game changer for the success of my business. The fifth way the pandemic has changed entrepreneurship work and being an entrepreneur, creating a demand for emotionally intelligent leaders. Those bosses that were used to like something about grinding the stone or something, I don't know. Anyway, those guys that don't think about the fact that people have lives outside of their job, they probably aren't being so successful during this pandemic. Or worse yet, or better yet, they're suffering from their own ignorance while they're at home, dealing with their family being stuck home, their kids who aren't allowed to go to school, and having to manage. So that boss that was completely unempathetic to your situation, if you're a single parent or you have someone at home you have to take care of, or you have to cut out of work early, you came into work late because you have family things, you have things going on, and they were very confrontational or unempathetic about your situation, I hope they got thrusted into that same situation. They realized how hard it is to manage life outside work and work as well. So those emotionally intelligent leaders, those leaders that know that everyone has a life and shit happens, right? Things happen, and you have to be cognizant of that, and you have to learn how to kind of play off of those things and adapt, right? So those people, especially in an entrepreneurial role, have probably excelled because people are looking for someone with empathy. They're looking for someone that's emotionally strong, emotionally intelligent. They can see out, and they're thinking about things outside of the bottom line and themselves, right? So that's also improved during this pandemic. The sixth way that the pandemic has shaped entrepreneurial work is uncommon opportunities are popping up left and right. If you never thought that you could be on social media and have your own YouTube channel or have an Instagram channel that's blown up and you've given it a try and it's been successful, I clap for you. I commend you. I applaud you, because things that you hadn't thought about doing before, hopefully during this time you've had time to think about it and you decided to just take a leap and do something that's out of the ordinary, unusual, and I hope that it's worked out for you. So hopefully this has given you the strength and the courage you need to try something different. And the seventh and final way that the pandemic has changed the way we look at entrepreneurship is it has even removed the few global borders that we have. They've been coming down. A lot of you may do meetings with your international counterparts. If you work at like a Fortune 500 company who does business all around the world, chances are good you have divisions or departments or personnel that work in various parts of the world. And you've been continuing to speak with these people through the internet. Zooming them, conferencing them, whatever. But now that everyone's been working from home, you see how easy it is to touch those people that are in these other locations, and how easy it is to work remotely as well and travel the world and to do the same thing that you were doing at your job in Boston, you can be doing in Mumbai or in Cairo, Egypt, like me. So it's really removed some of the barriers that we've had, international barriers with work, and maybe people realize that you can get a lot done from your home. And if your home happens to be in Bali, Indonesia, then that's just where it happens to be, right? So all you need is a good internet connection and a nice laptop. So I hope I've given you some ideas and made you think about some ways that you can capitalize further on this pandemic. And as people start to go back to work, I want you to think about ways that you can not be that person. Maybe continue to telework. Maybe make that ask of your boss. Encourage them that you can do what you need to do from the same place you've been doing it for the last 8 months. And hopefully, if you're not quite in that entrepreneurial full-time job yet, this will give you the time, the courage, and the energy you need to make that happen. Invest in yourself just 1% a day. Reach your exponential greatness and have phenomenal results at the end of the year. This is The Real Teddy Talks, signing off.